Hello and welcome to the Surprisingly Sober Podcast. We're being joined by Trevor today.
Okay.
I'm Darren.
Well, that was a start to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm pretty out of it right now, but let's do this.
You've been up for 2 hours. You've had 3 energy drinks. Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm in this odd stage where my brain is tired, but my body's like, let's do this shit.
Yeah, you're still groggy.
Yeah,
you're still
but
groggy.
I'm pumped full of caffeine. So
let's go.
Oh, okay.
No, that wasn't it.
No, too late. We ruined it.
I was just okay.
Hello and welcome to the Surprisingly Sober Podcast. I'm Taryn, and today I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Trevor. Why do you say it like that? Like I'm always here. When am I not here? I'm never doing solo ones.
All the episodes I upload without telling you.
Surprisingly solo. That's your OnlyFans.
Dude, that's my OnlyFans.
Yes, that's your OnlyFans.
That's my OnlyFans.
Surprisingly solo.
Oh my God.
That's a great name. We need to actually take that before someone else does.
Yeah.
So
at least just make the account and just let it simmer.
How have you been, Taryn, since our last episode?
Pretty good. I don't know. Nothing too exciting's happened. An 18-year-old is trying to fuck me, and for the first time in my life, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with it.
And you are 26.
26.
You should be uncomfortable with that. You should have been uncomfortable with that probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
I hate to break it to you, but the most watched category of porn is teen.
Yeah, I get that, but that's still weird.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But
no, I think it mostly comes from a place that I'm now looking for long-term commitment, and that's not there with an 18-year-old. Fucking an 18, 19-year-old, that's fine. It's fun.
It's so weird how different you and I are, but we get along so well.
Yeah.
Because you're you're fucking 18-year-olds, or you.
Well, I'm kind of. I don't know. I'm kind of done with the fucking.
Are you gonna get to the stage where I'm at, where I want to date someone who's probably a couple years older than me?
No, I still am aiming probably for the 23 to 26 range.
Okay, well, so someone around your age.
Yeah.
I want someone around my age, probably a little bit older than me. Someone who's a grizzled veteran, someone who's
she can really slob on your knob, but she also knows how to clean a house.
Not that. Jesus. No, I mean someone
yeah. She's got some miles on her,
Yeah,
but that just means she's reliable, you know?
Yeah, and she puts up with my bullshit, but every time I do something stupid and childish, she goes, "I'm too old for this shit." Basically, I'm looking for Donald Glover from Lethal Weapon. So, but the thing is he would always go, "I'm too old for this shit," but then go on with what they're doing. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for. Someone who's "I'm tired of your bullshit, but let's do it."
See, I feel I still want I don't know what I want. Never mind. Let's just stray away from that. I don't know what would make me happy anymore.
We know what would make you happy. Moriarty.
Why don't you? Oh.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're the love of your life, Moriarty.
Yep.
Valerie
is a cunt.
You can go check our past episodes about that bitch.
Yeah.
Specifically the one where we talk about cheating.
I don't remember what the title of that episode was.
Something dumb, but it's in the description. So listen to all of our things because we're great. So I actually I did some research into a topic. I did some serious research into a serious topic.
Let me guess. You're going to do a 15-minute lecture to me.
No,
where I can ask questions at the end.
No. I kind of actually want you to ask questions during it.
Okay.
This is actually something that I hadn't really I known about. So backstory. I know that you know this about me, but my parents divorced when I was 11 months old.
Okay.
And growing up, my mom was just a normal person. My dad and my stepmom were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, yes.
So I've been watching that Scientology documentary thing that Leah Remy did.
The Leah Remy or whatever.
Aftermath of Scientology.
Yeah.
And it kind of got me into I've always been fascinated by cults. The Rajneesh thing here in Oregon that happened. The Wild Wild Country documentary was very fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
The Waco show that they did recreating the thing that happened in Waco.
I don't know what happened in Waco, Texas.
I can't remember which fucking cult
anyway,
it was.
let's hear what you have to say about this.
Well, no, I'm just kind of building up to that.
Okay.
So it kind of got me thinking about these cults, like Scientology. So those other cults were very small.
Yeah.
And we paid attention to them when they became disastrous.
Yeah.
Like, people died in Waco.
Yeah.
It was very serious. People, like, died. Women and children died in that house.
It's kind of like the whole, like, drinking the Kool-Aid thing. No one gave a shit until they actually all died.
Exactly. No one gave a shit until something bad happened.
And then Scientology's just like this, like, golden egg sitting there that is still waiting to hatch into something crazy.
Exactly. So Scientology is, if you like watch this, the shit that they're doing, I totally would want to start a war with Scientology. They are gigantic pieces of shit. They are huge pieces of shit.
Welcome to the surprising war on religion.
So Jehovah's Witnesses, as everyone knows, they're the people who come knock on your door every Saturday morning.
Come on, knock on my door.
To tell you to not celebrate birthdays and holidays.
Wait, they're against birthdays too?
Yeah, they're against birthdays. Anything pagan. They see it as a pagan thing. No. Sorry. The holiday thing is they don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that because they believe it's pagan. Birthdays, they don't believe that any attention should be drawn to yourself. That you should not idolize anybody. So when I was a kid, I grew up loving the NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon. Like, me and my dad were big into NASCAR.
Yeah.
As a kid, so I had a few posters of him up in my room in my dad's house. My grandpa came over, who was a very devout Jehovah's Witness. Like, he took it a step further than the Jehovah's Witnesses do.
Yeah.
And he talked to my dad about how I was idolizing someone. Because I had 2 posters up in my room of Jeff Gordon. And I was like, I mean, no, he's my favorite NASCAR driver, but like...
Like, I'm not, like, busting a nut into my fucking sock every day to the thought of Jeff Gordon. Like, I'm just like, yeah, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, exactly. So, this Scientology show that I've been watching kind of dug up a bunch of old memories. So, when I was about 15 or 16, my dad didn't grow up in it. Like, he started when he was about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So he kind of knew a little bit about the real world before he started, but my stepmom had grown up in it.
Yeah.
So she was very, like, devout. When I was about 15 or 16, she decided to leave. My dad had already kind of, like, stopped, caring. Mm-hmm. But she was, like, the catalyst for, like, not wanting to go to the Kingdom Hall. That's what they call their churches.
That is the most culty shit I've ever heard.
Oh, no. You want to know what the most culty thing about Jehovah's Witnesses are? Is they refer to each other as the truth. Oh, are you studying the truth? Are you doing this with the truth? That's the most brainwashy thing ever.
Yeah, that really
because
is.
It just keeps putting in your mind, oh, it's the truth. Oh, no, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
And for years after they left, I would have to remind them, hey, stop calling it that.
Yeah.
Because they would keep referring to it whenever they talked about it, my parents, that it's not the truth.
Yeah.
It's a cult. So, one thing that I remember...
never knew that. That is fucking hilarious.
So, after they left, they would hear things from their former friends about stuff that's going on in the church. They don't like to call it a church. They don't... Like, the people, the religion. So, they heard about some, weird things going on about, people being moved around for these weird allegations and stuff like that. So it's come to light that there's actually a lot of sex abuse in the Jehovah's Witnesses. Shocker, right?
Sex abuse in a religious organization. So I am dumbfounded.
So I kind of did some research into it. So something that I found crazy about the Jehovah's Witnesses. So there's 8.6 million members. That's a lot
more than I anticipated.
Yeah, I think Scientology doesn't have 1 million.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses. So the sex allegations. So Jehovah's Witnesses, they...
Are they a wait till marriage bunch?
Yes.
Okay, well, I've met a few sinners then in my day.
Yeah.
2 now. 2 Jehovah's.
What?
I have fucked 2 Jehovah's Witnesses who went against the word of
they should
Lord.
be disfellowshipped then.
Yeah.
which means that they cannot talk to their family or friends or anything like that who are in the congregation.
Dude, I didn't even wear a condom with one of them.
Oh man, they should really go to hell then.
Yeah.
So that's the crazy thing.
But you know what's funny? Afterward, she wouldn't even get coffee with me because caffeine is against their
that's
religion.
Mormons.
Which one's the Latter-day Saints?
That's Mormons.
Okay, so I fucked a Mormon and a Jehovah's Witness. Okay. One and one, baby!
So no. What's actually funny is that they come from the same, the Bible study organization that was in the 1800s.
Was it?
They both came from the same, they branched out.
Okay.
So that's actually funny that you mentioned that.
Okay, so hold on. Can I just like segue for 1 second here? Religion as a whole pisses me off, but nothing pisses me off more than all the off branches of Christianity because they all just cherry pick whatever shit they want out of the Bible and say the rest of it's fake.
Exactly.
The Catholic Church and the King James Bible like took away, I think, like 8 books total from the Bible that was there beforehand because they're like, oh no, that's not what we believe. So now like the Book of Enoch is super obscure. Most people have never heard of it, and it is my favorite piece of research that I did into like Christianity. It's so there's like just so much cool shit in it, but they just decided at some point like, nah, not for us.
No, that's what's crazy.
Because it got too like mythosy, like in the way where it was like it was cool in the same way like Greek shit is cool. Like Greek gods and stuff. Like it got a little too like mystical in a way. So they were like, oh no. If people see this, they'll think religion might be fake.
Yeah, but a burning bush makes sense that spoke to someone.
Oh, trust me. I've had a burning bush speak to me.
You shave your pubes, shut up.
Yeah, but it burned me.
Don't use Nair.
No, I meant like herb bush.
Oh, yeah, rub
it. It gave me chlamydia.
So, one thing that I did not know about Jehovah's Witnesses until this last week is that they have what's called a 2-witness rule. So in Deuteronomy and Matthew, it states something about having 2 people witness a crime for you to then accuse your fellow member.
Okay.
So that basically means that if you were sexually assaulted, someone else has to witness it in order for
it to basically be real.
For the elders to actually do something. So if you were like, hey, I was sexually assaulted by so-and-so.
Did anyone see? No.
It was just me. I was the only one there. Sorry, we can't do anything. That is exactly what they would say. So, isn't that stupid? How many sexual predators do you know, Taryn, that want an audience?
One, Louis C.K.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I really should have done it for the sake of experience.
What?
This one girl wanted to bang with her friend in the room, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And it was a female friend. She, like, apparently, like, they talked about this before, and that was something they were both...
I've never heard of a female cuckold.
Yeah, like, she was into exhibitionism, and the friend was into voyeurism, so it was, like, just, like, this meeting in the middle ground.
That's so weird.
But, like, it was weird because I've never met the friend before. So, like, it wasn't even, like, a cuckolding. Like, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, I want you to fuck my friend in front of me. It's like, no, my friend who you've never met just wants to watch us fuck. And I was like, no. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, like...
But you think about it now and you want to do it? You wanted to do it? Just to see
I mean, like, just to know. Like, what would it be like to have someone watch other than my dad?
Okay. All right.
Have you ever been walked in on?
Having sex?
Yeah.
Or jerking off? Any of it? No.
I would like to hear sex because I feel like that's funnier.
No.
I had a brother open a door once. And he just, I'm sorry, and closed it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a good reaction.
Yeah.
That's a reaction. Like, hey, I know what's going on here. I don't judge anyone here.
Especially
I'm sorry.
Because
Bye.
the age gap was, like, significant. We were both 17, and he was, like, 26 to 28 age range. Like, he was a lot older, and he just, like, opened it, was, sorry, and left.
That is a bro. That is a bro. So, Jesus fucking Christ, that's funny.
So, back to your fictional religion.
Yeah.
Because I want to keep driving the point home that this is all garbage.
So,
but I'm happy to talk about it.
I want to kind of go into the fact that in 1997, I found this out, that the Jehovah's Witnesses headquarters, which is called the Watchtower Society. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what's their church is called again?
The Kingdom Halls.
The Kingdom Halls, the Watchtower Society, and the Truth.
Yeah. So the Watchtower Society sends a how-to letter out to every congregation.
Dude, I'm sorry, but Jehovah's Witness is too cool. I'm going to have to join. They have the coolest names.
They do.
Right next to the KKK.
So they sent out a letter, a how-to letter on how to report abusers. So basically what their thing was is, you have this questionnaire you fill out. Did this person do this? Did this person do that? Blah, blah, blah. How many witnesses were there to the crime? Because that's the other problem, is they call themselves Jehovah's Witnesses. So the individual people are called witnesses. So I don't want to get like those two confused. So people who actually observed the crime. They keep a copy for their files locked away in a back room inside the church.
In the Watchtower.
And then they send a copy to the Watchtower Society in a special blue envelope.
Do they
That's the kicker.
Do they wear like blue robes where you can't see like their eyes? What is this Watchtower Society? Do they hold torches?
No, they don't. They dress like fucking businessmen. So then they send that to HQ. So HQ has a database of abusers.
Yeah.
Reported by the congregation. So this has led to how many abusers are there?
Yeah.
Somebody started leaking. Like somebody in the Watchtower Society started leaking it out. Because there are a lot of people who like...
Probably just oblivious to it.
Well, no, that's not what I was getting at. There are people who are still in there, but they don't believe it. Because it's really hard to leave. Because you lose your family and all your friends.
Oh yeah.
It's a cult.
I don't know about a Jehovah's Witness, but like as we just said a few minutes ago, Mormons sit in the same ballpark as them. Ex-Mormon is like such an uplifting yet sad subreddit of like all these people coming together, but so many of them are like, yeah, my family doesn't talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
Like they want nothing to do with me.
And I don't want to take from them, but I think Jehovah's Witnesses are a little worse because Mormons are a little more open to the world because they're a much bigger religion.
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses are much more closed in. Like you and I are not supposed to be friends if I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I cannot be friends with you because you're going to die. You're going to die when Armageddon comes.
Oh,
and I will watch you die and be like, he deserved it.
I mean,
you do, but...
Yeah.
So Jehovah's Witnesses have this database of
sex offenders.
Of sex offenders. So someone started leaking it out, and started leaking all these envelopes to this guy. I won't go too much into that because I didn't really read much about that. But I did read in this article, a New York Times article, I think it was, that a former elder, because that's what they call her, the main people of the head of the congregation, said that the database had almost 24,000 people in it. In this database. 24,000 people, and that's just the American one. Australia had a commission back in 2015, I think it was, that came out, and they looked into 1,006 allegations of sex abuse since 1950. So Jehovah's Witnesses, they say they report to the authorities when legally required to do so. So of these 1,006 cases since 1950, how many of them were reported to authorities?
4.
0.
Of course.
0 were reported.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
So what I want to know is where can I find this leaked list of people? And off the record, like, wouldn't it be wacky if, like, we just, like, put on ski masks, grab some baseball bats, and just beat the shit out of people?
Just daredevil their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm.
Well, we would have eye holes.
You can't see. So here's another crazy thing that I saw. So a person sued the Jehovah's Witnesses for basically allowing them to be molested and sexually abused in Montana. They ended up winning. They ended up winning. The Jehovah's Witnesses were supposed to pay them $35 million. So the Jehovah's Witnesses took it to the Montana Supreme Court. The Montana Supreme Court reversed the decision for the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Bullshit.
They said that... oh, God, let me read this. That because the Jehovah's Witnesses failed to report a man who went on to abuse more kids, that in Montana, religious authorities are not always obligated to report. They're not mandatory reporters. So there's a big movement to get people to be mandatory reporters, which I'm sorry, but like everyone should be mandatory reporters. If someone's being sexually abused, you're a mandatory reporter.
Yeah.
And what really bothers me is before I met you, most of my friends, I'd say 99% of my friends were people that I knew in the congregation. So I would only see my dad on summer breaks, school breaks. Is when I'd see him. But I moved around a lot up until 9 when I met you.
Yeah.
And that's when I finally stopped moving with my mom.
Man, I'm glad I was your stopping point.
Yeah, my stopping point.
Yeah.
My one.
I both broke you free of your religion.
Well, no, that's what's crazy is before, around the time I think I met you, I wanted to go live with my dad and be a Jehovah's Witness. I was trying to do it.
You were on book 4 of Harry Potter. You would have never known how to finish.
That's the thing is I could not tell my dad that I read Harry Potter until after he left the religion because that is against the religion to read Harry Potter.
I know.
But Lord of the Rings wasn't.
What?
Exactly. I remember going over...
I just imagine all these fucking people in the Watchtower Society just being like, dude, it's so well written.
I've only seen Lord of the Rings all the way through twice. It was both good. With Jehovah's Witnesses. But I could not mention that I read Harry Potter.
Dude, and the funny thing is, Harry Potter's like witches and wizards and stuff, and I could see how that would go against any religion or cult.
Cult. It's a cult.
Yeah. But I'm saying Christianity as well. And but Lord of the Rings is in the same ballpark and is arguably a lot more kind of demonic in a lot of the mythos and stuff of the show, how the Balrogs came to be. They were non-believers of the universe's God and were cast down. That's basically Lucifer.
I think it's because it's a completely separate world. Yeah. In Harry Potter, it's there's wizards
they live in the UK.
World. Exactly.
Yeah. They don't live in the Shire. They live
yeah. So I mean that's kind of okay. No, here you'll like this. You're a statistic guy.
All right.
So
I like numbers.
Basically, that 1,006 cases, what that led to, there's 68,000 Jehovah's Witnesses as of the time of the writing of this article in Australia. And the amount of sex offenders was, 1,006 or whatever. That's 1.5%. 1.5% of the people who are witnesses in Australia are sex offenders. They're sex offenders. They're sexual abusers.
Yeah.
So you apply that to the 1.2 million in U.S. That's 18,000.
Yeah.
8.6 million members, 129,000. 129,000 sexual abusers.
That are just walking free? Because the religion dictates it.
Yeah, well, not that their religion dictates it, that their religion hides it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the percentage is for Catholic, the Catholic priests. But the problem is...
High.
But the thing is that's Catholic priests. It's priests, that seem to be doing it. These are people in the congregation.
Yeah, this is just fucking Dave from down the road.
Yeah, Brother Dave is what they would call him.
Yeah, Brother Dave's just dicking down little boys and girls, and no one's stopping him. Everyone's just that's just Dave. He's wacky.
And then it's there's such a tight-knit community that you have access to other people's children.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Like, I've been around these people.
Yeah. You lived across the street from a church. It's almost like it's a religious thing.
Yeah.
Fucking kids is religious. Did Jesus fuck kids?
Ooh. I just think in any group there's going to be not a large amount, but there's going to be pedophiles. I feel like in any major group, whether it's like a bunch of us are like fans of basketball, there's going to be a bunch of people who are fans of basketball who are pedophiles. Oh, I'm an atheist. There's going to be a bunch of atheists who are pedophiles. Christianity's like, and religion as a whole is the one where it's like kids are kind of just like intended to be close with everyone. Like, like, oh, you can trust them. We go to church with them.
Yeah.
Like, like
that's it.
Like I grew up going to church. Like the kids, you can just run around like, oh, hey, so-and-so, how's it going? And like your parents are just cool with you going up to these strange older people, but because you're in this community, like it's chill.
The church across the street from your house where you and I and all our friends would go play football
literally had a sex offender.
Literally had a sex offender.
Yeah.
And that makes me think back because, my dad...
I feel like we can... yeah, he's convicted, but I still don't want to dox the guy.
Whatever, who gives a shit?
I think he's in jail.
Yeah, he's in jail. But, like, it makes me think about all those kids that I knew. Like, what the fuck was going on with them? Because I was kind of in and out. I didn't really grow up into it.
Did someone sexually molest you?
No.
Before me, anyway.
All right.
Oh, wait, never mind. There's a minor assault charge. No charge, but...
No. So, I think about all these kids who grew up in the religion, and I remember like them just kind of being weird. Like what they call it is worldly when you're not a Jehovah's Witness. So I kind of grew up worldly. I celebrated my birthday, not really because I was always with my dad on my birthday, so I'd have to celebrate my birthday after like a month later, which was crazy.
So you're like basically running like the trial version of Jehovah's Witness.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But which really sucks
Jehovah Light.
Yeah. No, that's exactly a Jehovah Light. That is so perfect.
You're a diet Jehovah's Witness.
Diet Jehovah's Witness.
No, I identify as Jehovah Zero.
That is the name of the podcast. Diet Jehovah's Witness.
Dude, still one of my favorite tweets I ever saw posted on Black People Twitter was this one guy who's like, I don't like it when white guys call me brother. It's kind of like light N-word.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Or no,
hardcore.
diet N-word.
Yeah, diet N-word.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That made me laugh.
Yo, what's up, brother? It's like, if a white guy's going to say brother.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, if a white guy's going to say it, he has to say it like that. Or
he has
else
to
it is
Hulkamania it.
What's up, brother?
Brother.
What was I saying? Oh, but no, that's the thing is my mom didn't really like go to church. I think I went to church once with my mom.
I think you went to church with me more than you went with your mom because we went to
youth group and I remember getting my hair painted blue and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude, look that if you're listening to this, we're never going to review them because I don't think they ever released a full album, but they were called the Burning Tree Project. And
I remember that.
They were good.
What is that? What was the Burning Tree Project? Was that a local band?
Yeah, they were hardcore too. Like they were like post-hardcore, like they had scream vocals and stuff.
Really?
They slapped. I'll play them after the podcast.
I'll have to hear them because that name sounds familiar, so I don't know what it is. But so
and
my mom
and they had diversity, so it was good for the community. They had a black vocalist and an Asian vocalist. Diversity.
What about a woman?
No.
Oh God.
Like the Distillers.
Oh my God, dude! The Distillers. Did you know that the lead singer of the Distillers is married to Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She's way cooler than Queens of the Stone Age.
Oh, they're way better than Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Queens of the Stone Age is the most overrated band ever.
Dude, I don't understand how like people in bands can date people from other bands because like some part of the one who's in the better band like has to just kind of be like
Yeah. Well, obviously, Queens of the Stone Age is much bigger than fucking the
but
Distillers.
still, like, you know, like say the singer from Closure in Moscow, super small, super niche band, married like
Hayley Williams.
Hayley Williams, I'd say, is a more talented vocalist than him.
Okay.
But you know, like Mr. Wives,
Yeah.
really big band. Let's say Mandy Lead and whatever the fuck his name hooked up. Like, they're way better than Mr. Wives. And even though she's more famous, he's just like, yeah, but like I make good music.
Yeah. No, I get that. Back to what I was saying.
Yeah,
I
Jehovah's
just wanted
Witnesses.
to kind of close out on this. Is like what's so weird that I find is that, and I've talked to you about this a lot, is that my mom didn't go to church, so therefore my only religious like learning was through Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
How old was I when I learned that Michael and Jesus aren't the same person?
23.
Yeah, only Jehovah's Witnesses believe that Jesus.
I thought Mormons do too, but I could be wrong.
Who gives a shit about Mormons? They're not real either. How I learned it was that God sent Michael, the first angel, down to earth as Jesus
Yeah.
to then die for
Our
our
sins.
sins. That's
Yeah.
how I learned it.
Yeah.
And then
Because
you know how I unlearned that was you and Supernatural.
so the reason Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe that is because there's one God.
Yeah, they don't believe in the Trinity.
Implying that God sent down his divinity bound in human form breaks their belief, because God's up there, but God's also right there. What?
Yeah.
Like, how is God standing in front of me as a bearded Germanic looking guy here in the Middle East?
Yeah. That's the other fucking crazy thing
He
too.
was a Jew. He had curly, dark hair, dark skin, but in all these pictures, he's got ripped fucking abs, long, flowing, light brown hair, beautiful beard.
You're saying he looks like Moist Critical?
Dude, he's got jaw and cheekbones that can cut glass.
It's like, you know, he's probably a tubby little fucking piece of lard.
Well, he was said to be like, in the Bible, like that he was like an insignificant looking man, like that he looked like a man. And then all these depictions of him looked like he was doing fucking CrossFit, which is funny.
The fact that you had to say this is funny, and I had to still think about it, is even funnier.
Like, dude, he was up there like this doing fucking ab crunches.
I mean, you're not wrong. Got to pass the time somehow. It took him days to die.
Yeah. I mean, like, they should have just, like, stopped giving him water. Like, he would
Yeah.
have died faster.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, he looked like an insignificant man, not Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Dude, I love those people who have pictures of Ewan McGregor in their house, like, looking like Jesus.
Yeah, it's great.
So fucking funny.
It's so fucking
We praise
fantastic.
Obi-Wan in this
Praise-
household.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. So yeah, that's kind of just, I want to wrap that up. It's kind of a thing
Yeah.
that I just felt like I needed to dive into and learn about, because it's the Catholic thing, you know, Catholicism is never going to go away,
Yeah.
but Jehovah's Witnesses can. They're small enough to where we can
Yeah.
destroy them.
They
need to be
I mean, like,
destroyed.
Pope Francis is making a super positive, like, change on the Catholic Church.
Yeah, but it's
He's
really easy to change things that aren't real.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like J.K. Rowling does it with Harry Potter. I mean,
And
Pope
that's more,
Francis is just the J.K. Rowling of Catholicism.
but he's doing good instead of evil, like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like he's like being like, oh no, like Muslims are our brothers. They're our brothers and sisters. Like, we need to
Gays-
stand with them.
Yeah, gays can get married.
Yeah, gays
The-
can get
the-
married and go to heaven.
The Cardinal of Mexico just came out and said that as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Cardinal of Mexico, not even the United States. Like, it's just, this world is fucked up, man.
Yeah.
This year has just brought a lot of shit out.
Yeah. Let's blame the year, not humanity, for ruining everything.
No, humanity ruined
Yeah.
everything, but this year has kind of just
Yeah.
like, where a few things happened. You know, we had a pandemic. I don't know if you knew about that. We had a pandemic, and it
what?
just kind of brought everything out in people. You know,
Yeah.
because we've had a lot of time to just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
You know, although honestly, I don't know really what would have changed for me if the world was open.
Oh, we would have gone to a lot more bars.
Yeah, we would have actually. I would have definitely.
Do you think your relationship would have lasted longer or ended sooner if life was still normal?
So with my ex, we broke up in July. It's December now. I would have said that it probably would have lasted longer.
It would have lasted longer. So do you think it was because like kind of all you guys had was just being kind of next to each other, not really doing much, that kind of like may have pushed tension on the relationship? Because that's what I was hoping for out of lockdown. Not out of your relationship, but some single girls that I knew. Like, I was hoping, you know, like being in lockdown with a significant other. Because I think too much time around anyone is unhealthy.
It is. That's why I try and stay away from you. That got really quiet. You're really quiet still.
I'm trying so hard.
So... I think that it actually did, because she was working from home, as you and I both know. She was working from home. She hated it. And she was trying to do some other stuff to, you know, get out and go, you know, kayaking. She took up kayaking.
Yeah.
And you know, I started fishing. I actually fucking love it. I want to go tomorrow, but it's too fucking cold.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but honestly, it's probably a good time of year for it.
Yeah, because then they're all right at the fucking...
And also, there's less people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of nice we could both go out there, but then, like, you know, loading up everything was kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
and also...
Because I hate being the manly man.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm the one who has to tie down the kayak, and I don't even like kayaking. I don't get to go kayaking, but I got to do all the fucking loading up.
So I don't think either of us really handle like stress and inconvenience well.
No, we don't.
She definitely didn't. Like if anything bothered her, it brought down the mood of her and everyone around. Like it was just like if she was having a bad day, everyone had to have a bad day, and she was gonna make sure everyone like knew that she was in a bad mood. She would do that a lot.
That was one thing. So yeah, we're gonna get into relationships. So one thing that I noticed about our relationship is that she was allowed to have emotions and I wasn't.
Ooh. So you're telling me that the woke, feminist, LGBTQ still forced gender roles on your guys' hetero relationship?
I guess if how you put that sounds actually very accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was allowed. I mean, I don't want to get like too in depth to it, because here's the thing is, without her, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today.
So you're grateful for the relationship, but you can also be happy that it's over.
Yeah, I'm happy where it got me. That's why I didn't cry at all over our breakup.
I cried.
Well, I know you did, because you were just tears of happiness, right?
Yeah.
So
he's not leaving me.
I know.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
I wasn't sad. I knew that basically I'm better where I'm better because of the relationship. So I don't feel sad because of that.
You took the good and you just...
I ran with it. Yeah. I ran with it. I'm not
gonna... she kept trying to draw it out. Oh, I forgot this there. Oh, I forgot that there. Hey, let's just fucking leave this. All right?
Yeah. No. So, yeah, I kind of feel like that is kind of what happened. But then again, so there was a 3-year age difference between us. And, you know, we're in that weird stage of our lives where I've gone through some shit. You know, she's gone through some shit, but not like the same, because she's a few years younger than me. I was 22 and she was 19 when I met her.
Yeah.
And
so now you're 25?
I'm 25 and she's
22. Yeah.
So, you know, I had done a lot. I had gone cross country back and forth on my motorcycle. I had, you know, been stranded in the middle of nowhere. Like, I had gone through some shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like you know.
What's the worst that happened? Her parents skipped one of her allowances? Like,
Jesus Christ.
Fucking packed up their bags and moved to Florida on a whim practically.
No,
Yeah.
that wasn't a win. That was
Yeah,
actually
I know.
pretty well. But yeah, no, like, she wasn't street smart. She was book smart. 19 years old, she had a 4-year college degree.
Yeah.
She was smart.
Yeah.
But I feel like she wasn't street smart. She wasn't
Yeah.
relationship smart. I was like, after 3 months, I was the longest relationship she ever had. And after 6 months, she was the longest relationship I'd ever had. And we were together for 2.5 years.
Dude, my first relationship was a year long. A year and like 20 days or so. Like, I very rarely have short relationships. Like, if it's an actual relationship, like, I've kind of just like passively dated someone like Maya. Like, you know, like, we were never really like a couple.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah.
off and on.
Yeah.
That, like, the whole relationship was just off and on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you guys are together, so you're on. Oh, you guys aren't together. Like, you guys are away from each other. You're
well,
off.
we were never like in a relationship. We were just
Fucking.
yeah.
Fuck buddies.
Yeah.
Is the
I wonder
term
what
for
she's
that.
up to.
I don't know. Probably
Yeah.
sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. She had a big nose.
I wonder if she ever ended up going to beauty school. I knew that was always a dream of hers.
That's
I hope
a
she.
sad dream.
I hope she did. I hope she found some happiness
Yeah,
in
when
this
you
world
shoot
after.
for the bottom, it's really easy to get to the bottom.
Oh, and I shot for that bottom.
Alrighty then. Not to shit on it. That was just a joke. I don't believe anybody who's a beautician is at the bottom, but it's like, have some more
Oh
aspirations for
fuck!
yourself.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna shit on something and it was gonna be moderately offensive. Oh yeah, so I shouldn't say this, but let's say it anyway. $35 million. Yeah, I would unwillingly take a dick for $35 million.
That
That sounds like a great deal.
the Jehovah's Witness thing.
Yeah. Like, that is immensely offensive, and I do not mean any ill will or negativity towards people who have been raped or sexually assaulted or anything. But $35 million is a life-changing amount of money for a very traumatic experience, but at the end of the day, just a traumatic experience. I don't mean to, like, kind of, like, dumb down how bad it is, but $35 million.
So I mean, if you're willing to do it for $35 million, that therefore makes it not unwilling. So then,
Yeah, but I mean, like...
no, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So actually, that kind of leads me to a funny point. Is the girl that I was in a longest relationship with is the only girl I've ever dated that has not been sexually abused in some way. Every other girl that I dated had.
I feel like
some
that's
sort of,
I feel like that's a different problem we need to talk about. Trevor, why are you going after damaged women?
I think I'm just that. I think I just attract that type.
Yeah, you definitely got that dad vibe. Got
I'm
the
I'm here to
beard.
protect you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything wrong. That's what was so
Um,
fucking weird about the breakup, because it was. I don't even like know how to describe the breakup. I've just not thought about it.
Yeah. I feel like that's for the best.
There's no point. Just move on. Like
Yeah.
Like just move on. And I've never gone to therapy. I'm gonna start going to therapy here at the beginning of the year, as soon as like the health insurance kicks in. You know.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I need it. Because
Yeah.
you know,
Are you
Growing
saying
up-
this isn't good enough for you?
this is unhealthy therapy. I have to. Where am I going to talk about our relationship?
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
Hey.
No, that's the best thing I have going for me. Yeah, that was a high five.
That was like a weird sound.
It was a weird slap.
It was just like a...
It was. I definitely think that I need to do it. I mean, you definitely need to do it.
Oh, I've gone to therapy many times.
With the fact that your parents were divorced but still live together bothers
You
me.
know,
a lot.
I never reached that point in therapy. That was one
Yeah,
of
you
my
should
problems.
try.
That was one of my problems. I rarely stuck with a therapist long enough to really dive deep into any problem.
Like, my parents divorced when I was 11 months old.
Yeah.
Like,
Mine divorced when I was about 3, and then they were separate until I was about 11, and then they didn't like the travel because my mom got full custody. My dad had
Mom always gets full custody.
My dad didn't have any custody, but she still wanted us to be close to my dad. Like, she didn't, like, oh, I fucking hate your father.
Which
like,
is the exact opposite with my parents. But.
Yeah, no, like, she was like, yeah, you guys should be around your dad. Like, yeah, we didn't work out, but he's a good guy. Like, you should be able to, like, spend holidays with your dad and stuff.
Yeah.
And so there was always the effort to kind of, like, share time between the two of them. And, like, obviously 90% of the time was with my mom because, like, we had to go to school and stuff. He traveled for work. He'd be, like, in Portland doing this job or in Alaska doing that job. Like, he was just on the go. So it's like we can't reasonably just, like, spend time with him. So eventually he was like, hey, I'm getting most of these jobs up in Portland. Let's get a house near Portland, small town called Canby, Oregon, where we met. And that way, like, we can, like, still be, like, close enough to each other where the kids can, kind of have a normal life. Mm-hmm. So that's what they did. And they're still divorced, and my dad probably lived in that house about 3 months out of the year.
Which is so weird because I didn't know that your parents were divorced.
Yeah.
And I met you when I was 9 or 10.
I think you were 10. It was 5th grade.
So I was 9. Because I didn't turn 10
youngin'.
Because I'm an August baby, so I didn't turn 10 until August of after. So I was 9.
That just doesn't seem right, but okay.
Well, I'm 25 now. You're 26. You're about to turn 27 in a few months.
Yeah, but what age did we graduate? It was...
I was 17 when I graduated.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was 9.
I'm unhappy.
So I was 9 when we met. And I was 21 or 22 when I realized that your parents were divorced the whole time.
Yeah.
That I knew you.
Yeah. I think we found out while getting in and out.
Yeah. Getting in and out. Yeah. Down in Southern Oregon. I was like, what? What? Your dad was there. Like, your dad was there, like, hanging out sometimes on Sunday morning watching football. And I was like, hi, Terrence's dad. Hey, like, you live here.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Ed. What you doing? You're like, you're part of the household. But apparently they was not.
Not to call out your dad, but is Roy short for anything?
No.
No? It's just Roy.
Yeah.
Are there any other 3-letter names that aren't short for anything?
I was going to say Ted, but that's Theodore.
Bob, Robert.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah,
Roy.
Go Roy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Ed, Edward, Pam, Pamela.
Yeah.
My parents.
So, yeah, we both have weird, unconventional childhoods.
This is something that me and a few of the other friends in our group have made a lot of jokes about in the past, about how one's Asian, one's Mexican, and like their families are just fucking normal. Like, oh, they got their brother or sister, whatever. And the parents are still together. They all lived in, like, one happy household. And, like, both had, like, just a stay-at-home mom. Dad would go to work. And, yeah.
Both did?
Yeah, both did.
Both? Jam.
Yeah. And, for whatever reason, the white people just can't hold their shit together. I feel like like we don't know what the fuck we're doing with our lives, and it's really depressing.
White people?
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucked up the world enough. Now we're just fucking up each other's lives.
I feel like a lot of it came from I feel like in our parents' generation, there's just such this weird push to, like, you have to get married, have a house, and have kids. You gotta. You're 28 and you're not fucking married. Clock's ticking. Get to it. Like, I just feel like that was so, like, driven into them, where our generation, it's definitely, like, we're definitely a lot more, like, no, like, I don't need to get married right away.
It's like, I'm 25 and I haven't killed myself yet. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah. So I feel like our generation will have a pretty low divorce rate compared to our parents' generation, where I feel like everyone got fucking divorced.
Yeah. I feel like the generation before us, they stuck together, or the generation before our parents, they stuck together. Then our
but
parents'
I think-
generation, they divorce, and then our generation will stick together.
But I think that was more of a religion thing.
Yeah,
The
it definitely was.
old generation where it's just like you don't get divorced.
But now they're stuck together for 50 years.
Yeah.
So they're not going anywhere. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about. That's the one thing that I'm really concerned about with going to therapy, is I feel like they're going to ask the question, "Have you ever thought about suicide?" I'm like, yeah.
You say you're so the correct answer, because I've answered this question many times, is like saying like, yeah, like, I've never like had like the active urge to commit suicide, but like I've had times where it's like, if I died, it'd be cool. Like that's pretty much the answer I've always gone with.
That's the answer you go with, and
Yeah.
what's the reaction you get?
They're just like, yeah, it's understandable, like to feel that way, like just kind of like wishing that, like,
If it all ended right now, I'd be fine.
yeah, if it all ended, like it'd be, like you wouldn't be like upset in those last moments. You just be like, yeah.
As long as you don't
Like,
say anything about you trying to kill yourself.
You just say like you've never actively like felt suicidal.
Well, I don't. Okay, so yeah, I've never felt like I don't know what.
I feel like I'm telling you like cheat codes to therapy.
Exactly, you're telling me cheat codes to therapy.
I'm the seasoned veteran that's gonna keep you out of the straitjacket. All right.
That's exactly what I'm looking for, because that's what I'm not looking forward to, is that question.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, have you ever thought about suicide? It's like, well, yeah, it comes up a lot.
I haven't.
It's like, yeah, it comes up a lot. There was a whole fucking Netflix show called 13 Reasons Why about suicide. Like, I think about
that
it.
show sucked.
Yeah, it did. 13 Reasons Why not to watch this fucking show.
Yeah.
I can give you one.
So a lot of people always hate this comment I have on the show, but I'm gonna make it anyway. She only had one reason to commit suicide.
So I just want to point out the fact that it took me a while to realize that it was not a true thing.
Oh,
It's fictional,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was written by Selena Gomez like a few years ago.
God damn it. Selena Gomez, I like that one song by you. Same Old Love.
Don't know it. Anyway,
It's a banger.
so before I get in this. So most of the reasons why can boil down to high school drama. Oh, these kids don't like me. Oh, this girl's a backstabbing bitch. Like, that's most of the reasons why. And then a dude rapes her.
That's the reason why.
That's the solid reason. And then the last reason is that she went to the counselor for help and he was just kind of like unhelpful.
Which, a high school guidance counselor
Yeah.
not being helpful, that's a shocker.
Also, she didn't like candidly say like, hey, I was just raped a couple days ago. Like, she wasn't like open about it, so he didn't really know how to handle the situation. But a lot of people's grievance with that is like, well, like either it's, no, those were all reasons, life is really hard, and she like definitely got the worst of it. It's like, oh, that's terrible? Okay, then my life must really suck because I lived through a lot of the things that were some of those big reasons according to you. Never got raped, so that's why I didn't kill myself. But then there's people on the other end. So there's no reason to kill yourself. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there are. I'm
Yeah.
like, sorry, Taryn, but my my best friend since I was 6 was
Yeah.
my cousin.
Yeah.
And he killed himself.
Yeah.
And like, thinking about everything that led up to it, it makes sense why he did it.
Yeah.
But then it also doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, like I understand, but it's like, I understand from that viewpoint where it's just like there is more to live for. I'm not saying, like, if you're depressed, kill yourself.
I agree.
But it's like, I don't think people, like, a lot of people, like, will demonize the person for committing suicide.
And you shouldn't.
And it's like, well, think about how they felt. Now their reason is even more justified. Because even though they finally decided, like, life isn't worth living, you're still throwing them under the bus.
Yeah.
Kind of literally.
Yeah.
Like, you're still just being like, oh, what a bad person. It's like, okay, then you are currently making their reason for killing themselves more, like, okay in their post
if they were here, they would look at
post-human
it.
life. Yeah, they would look at what you're saying and it's being like, yeah, I'm glad I killed myself. Go fuck yourself, you fucking piece of shit. I'm going upstairs.
We're downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, you know, I don't want people to kill themselves. I definitely think that you can fix it. You know,
Yeah.
you can fix it.
Yeah.
There's.
Unless you're a pedophile, kill yourself.
Yeah, if you're a pedophile, kill your fucking self.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair. I think we can all agree that. I think pedophiles agree with that. Because they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong.
There's no one who's a pedophile. Actually, never mind. That's not true. I guarantee there's pedophiles who are like, well, it's not my fault the age of consent is so high. Like that one dude who like,
oh my God.
like escaped from his country and gained citizenship here and then like started his like internet tirade about like how children and stuff can consent, like infants can consent.
No.
And like, I guarantee there's people who are like fucking dumb enough to think that.
Those people who think that like...
But that's like a mental illness.
Yeah, no, it's a mental illness. Like, those people who think that pedophilia is a sexuality.
Oh yeah, no.
No. If you think pedophilia is a sexuality, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You should not. So like, and you and I make jokes about it all the time about, you know...
Me banging 18-year-olds?
Yeah, you banging 18-year-olds. And like, when I deleted all the dating apps. If you go back and listen to the other podcast, you'll know that. Because I talk about it all the fucking time. I was hoping not to talk about it on this podcast, but you brought it up, Taryn. I always set like the age to like 23 or 24, and I'm 25.
Yeah.
Because even the amount of leaps that I know that I've jumped, you know, with each age,
Yeah.
is a lot.
Yeah.
And thinking of someone who's 22, they should just be graduating college, you know, based on their years. It's just weird. Like, I don't want someone who's there. I feel like I'm like a full-fledged adult, you know, at this point. You know, I've got a good job. You know, I've got...
Okay, my counter argument. Go on r/legal teens and tell me they aren't fucking hot. I swear to God, they are fucking hot.
That's still weird. Because it's not... It's a girl. It's a girl, Taryn.
But, okay, so I feel like this is also a major character difference between us. I feel like you put a lot more like kind of like lively like impact and merit on sex than I do. Because to me, sex isn't like this intimate special thing. It's just something you do for fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a big difference between you and I.
Yeah, so like you see it as like, oh, this girl's making like this major life decision. This 18-year-old shouldn't be making that major life decision. I see it the same way you see, like, going out to a bar and having drinks. Like, so, like, say the drinking age is 18 where it should be. No.
No.
Okay, so
well, okay.
This is the most right-wing opinion I have. If you can go fucking shoot at people in the Middle East, you can have a fucking beer.
Okay, I was gonna say. As soon as I said no, I remembered that, and I was like, okay, yes, I agree with that. If you can
take a fucking load from 5 guys on the face, you can have a beer. All right.
You can do that at any age.
Well, I mean, like on camera, and it can be posted all over the internet.
Yeah.
You can have a fucking beer. And this is coming from someone who is anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
For myself.
Surprisingly sober.
Yep.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to Taryn, who doesn't drink.
Yeah.
But
no,
anyway,
I agree.
So, what the fuck? Yeah, so, like, I see... So, like, okay, so 18-year-old legally allowed to go to a bar, like they should. And, like, they're just out having shots, you know, having a good time. Like, that time, like, that fun... is the same way, like, I view, like, and instead of going to the bar and getting shots, I'm gonna go fuck this Brendan Urie looking motherfucker from Tinder. Well, not Tinder, because I'm banned, but you get the idea.
Yeah, you're the Brendan Urie motherfucker.
Yeah.
And they're the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I agree. I agree that that's how I see it. You know, it's. I feel it's a little more intimate than you just going to the bar and fucking around. You know, that's definitely. I see what you're saying.
Okay, so how far are we? How deep are we right now?
I don't know. Who cares? We're just going.
There is something I want to talk about, but it just slipped my mind. But don't worry, it'll come back.
It usually does.
Yeah.
So I agree that is a difference between us, how we view it. But I don't look down on it.
Yeah.
Like I don't look
like
I find all your stories funny. Like about you going and doing that.
I don't look down like on people who only have
positive.
Like intimate sex. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I'm not like, oh, you only like are. Oh, I remember what I was gonna talk about. I'm gonna hold it there. Like you're only gonna like sleep with someone that you're like super romantic with. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's like no, it's your body. Enjoy it how you will. Yeah. Like I'm never gonna lie to a girl and be like, oh yeah, I really like you and I care about you. This is gonna be special. Like if like I'm just looking to fuck, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm just looking. Oh, you're not into that? Okay, cool. Like I'm also narcissistic enough and good looking enough to just like be like, okay, cool. There's other opportunities for me. Like what the fuck? Like I'm not going to have like this hang up over one person. Like it's just another person.
I agree. I don't know if I agree with the good looking enough.
I'm pretty.
You're pretty, but Jesus Christ,
I started it without narcissistic. All right.
You're no Tom Hardy. He's a weird looking motherfucker.
Of everyone you could pick.
I know that. I just wanted to go with someone who's kind of like weird looking, but for some reason people are attracted.
Damn it! It slipped my mind again.
Did it really? You're
okay.
Bad
So
at this.
So I'm talking about like. Oh yeah.
Talk about fucking girls.
Okay. So now we have to talk about it before it leaves my mind again. All right. So there is one thing I want to lie about. So.
This is a great start.
This will be a good episode because this will be the indicator that a girl cares about me enough to listen to our podcast. To where I'll have this fight at some point in a future relationship.
Okay.
What do you think is the acceptable number for me to tell a girl of how many people I've slept with?
You should stop after you hit double digits.
Being honest? Or
just don't ask the question. I'm sorry, like, okay.
But no, like a girl.
No.
No, you shouldn't ask. You should never
ask the question.
You're not happy with the number, no matter what.
I thought that I was low. And then I counted, and I was like, oh shit, I should stop.
Yeah.
Like, I need to stop. Like, and it's just,
apparently the average is 7.
Fuck, I'm above average. Finally, something I'm above average on. So, just don't ask the question. Yeah. Like,
but
most people are going to get jealous because of that.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And we're getting, I'm getting to the age where I know the girls I'm going to date are going to have dated several guys. And I'm going to just constantly be like, am I matching up with them?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the problem that I'm having. Yeah. That's a huge
So
problem.
2 things. 1, should never ask.
Never ask.
2, never bring up anything like positive, especially sexually, about your exes. Never be like, oh yeah, I usually date guys like that are. I'm trying to think of a way to word this without sounding too braggy.
Taryn. How big is your dick?
I'm usually used to dating guys who also have big dicks, basically. Like that's something the Cheese said, and it's just like I don't want to think about that.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
we use code names.
Yeah, because then what? I could just be because I have a type. Right?
Yeah, you do have a type. They look like boys.
They look like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, they look like Audrey Hepburn, which is a great look, but
so like this one girl that I slept with that like had the look nailed perfectly, really attractive. So she's like the best on that side, but then I've also slept with good-looking people who are like the more like kind of like Hollywood kind of good looking, you know, like blonde hair, big tits, like the kind of like, you know, conventional good looking. That's the word I'm looking for. Like I've kind of slept with both those. So it's like, if someone says that, it's like, oh, well, you know, I've slept with people who are better looking than you. Because I may have, I don't know. But it's just like, that'd be weird to throw out, you know, like, oh yeah, you're hot, but you know, like I'm used to dating like really attractive people. Like, what?
That is a weird thing to say.
Yeah, so like you just don't talk about like your exes in any regard.
Which,
unless like it's just like a funny story. Like if I'm just like, oh yeah, like, you know, one time like an ex and I like insert funny scenario here, like instead of being like, oh yeah, my ex who had like really nice ass, Emily.
Hi Emily.
Hi. Like no, like you just shouldn't like talk like at all intimately about your ex.
So the thing that it's kind of funny is that I've told you this story before, but I'll tell it on the podcast. Is when I was 21, living in downtown Portland, you know, I was on Tinder and I matched with this girl. We were talking, and she was 25. She's as old as I am now.
Yeah.
She's as old as I am now. She says something about how, I've never dated anyone who pretty much wasn't in college.
That was like less educated.
Yeah,
than
less
me.
educated. She said it in like a really offensive way, and I was like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. Is that like weird for you? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't go to college. You know, I fucking read I read World War II, American frontier, like history books and all this sort of shit. Like I'm educated in different ways. You know, I can rebuild an engine for you, but I'm sorry that I didn't go to fucking gender studies. So I'm sorry. You know, I agree with everything that you're saying, but I'm sorry I didn't go to fucking class. You dumb bitch.
Anyway, like I took like 300 level writing classes. I got my degree in math. I did all these really hard classes and I gained fucking nothing from it. People who put value on higher education are morons. They're the same people who would brag about getting honor roll in high school. Oh, I graduated high school with a 3.8. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like that does nothing. That is meaningless.
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
It's fantastic. Like,
yeah.
Can you do the things that make
but Trevor,
you continue to live?
If someone asks me what is an acceptable number,
what is an acceptable number? I just don't think that you should ask. And if your number is over, like 7 is the average, you said.
Yeah.
If your number is over 10, don't ask. Like you just don't ask. That's the thing.
But they don't know what my number is. They're asking.
Ask.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Because someone as attractive as you should definitely only be like 1. But
but no, like
you know what I mean.
I feel like a lot of it just kind of boils down to like what's believable. Because like if I say like 1 or 2, they're gonna look at me like, no, it's not.
But then if you say like 25, they're gonna be like, really? And then I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Then you're just gonna chime in and be like, it's probably higher than that.
It's probably higher than that. And I've met most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Enough to where I'm like, can you stop?
There's a few that I am so mad that you didn't.
Yeah, I know you talk about it all the fucking time,
dude. Like. I came home exactly when I expected you to be in the living room and you weren't there. And then we hung out in the living room and I tried to make enough noise to make you come out of your room to just be like, I wonder what Taryn's doing.
Yeah.
See, you're not as like...
personable?
No, curious as me. In the way that like...
my fucking mom came over and you're like, there's a girl in the house. I gotta find out who it is.
No. I'll get into that in a minute. But like, if I heard like... if you were on a date and you guys were like watching something and eating dinner like in the living room, because please on a first date don't bring a girl just right into your room.
No, I would never do that.
But like,
I wouldn't bring a girl home at the first date, Taryn.
That's so
because that's wrong.
Okay,
you go to a bar for like the first 7 dates.
Jesus Christ, you're gonna be single for a while until you learn better.
That was a joke. 3 dates. Third date you can bring her home.
First date.
No.
Dude,
so I
literally haven't been on a date in like the past year where they didn't stay the night.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, so fuck, what was I getting? Oh yeah, so like you're like in the kitchen or in the living room with a girl, like I'm 100% walking by, just like, oh hi Taryn, nice to meet you. Then I just grab water and go, just because I just want to see her. You know, I just want to be like, ooh, what's Trevor up to?
And that's why I don't bring girls home. That is actually a
But
very
like,
number one reason
I'm,
why.
I'm not gonna like do anything or say anything. Like I'm just, oh hi Taryn, nice to meet you.
But you're a very judgmental person. You're an ENTJ, and J is for judging.
Oh my god, get that fucking fictional bullshit out of here. What next? Because I'm a Taurus, I'm gonna.
Are you a Taurus?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Leo. I'm a lion.
I saw
Rawr.
this. Rawr. Dude, I saw this one post that was like, oh my god, I can't go out with him. He's a Scorpio. Oh my god, Scorpios are the worst. And then it was the two dudes talking that meme, and he was like, dude, she's not gonna go out with me because I was born in November. And he's like, damn, I'm sorry, bro, that's stupid. Because it's like so true. Like, yeah, I'm sorry I was born in November.
I read every horoscope and I'm like, I can relate to that one, I can relate to that one, I can relate to that one. They're all the fucking same.
Fuck, so what was I gonna talk about?
Fucking a large amount of girls.
No. So there was the me going in the living room being curious
about who I'm fucking or dating. Sorry,
no, it was
I date and then fuck.
Oh my god, I forget
Sorry,
what it was.
Dad.
Damn it. Okay, let's keep talking and hopefully I remember.
What?
I don't remember.
We were talking about me bringing home a girl on a date, not the first date, because I'm not bringing a girl home on the first fucking date. That's
you
fucking
mentioned
weird.
the 7-date thing and that got a good laugh. There was the thing about I don't remember. Damn.
Your sign?
Nope. It had nothing to do with that. It was like right when I brought up me being curious and going into the living room to see
who I'm fucking?
Who you brought home.
Yeah, and you're judgmental. So that's why I don't bring them home.
Judgmental. Nope, not there.
Okay, whatever. It'll come back to you naturally. You're trying to force it, Terry. Yeah. You're trying to rape your brain.
I don't think that's the word we're supposed to use in this day and age.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
It's sexual assault.
You're trying to sexually assault your brain?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so much worse. All right, so, yeah, anyway. When was the last time you went on a date?
I got coffee a couple weeks ago with a girl.
For me, it was a month ago.
Wait, was it when you saw?
No, but if you would like to come back, Miss.
Oh,
Pond,
wait. Oh,
I'm still here, and I think about you every day.
The girl with the sister.
Oh yeah, the girl with the sister. Yeah, the girl with the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about in enough podcasts. OnlyFans. Yeah. I'm not dating you. I'm sorry. Like I have nothing against it.
I think we talked about it like right after it happened.
We did. Yeah. So yeah, she never texted me back, and I'm kind of glad. And I didn't even want to go on the date. I kind of wanted to cancel.
I remember that you were super salty that she finally got back to you.
Oh yeah, I was like, hey, we still on for tonight, and I'm like, please don't respond. Please don't respond.
Wait, so you reached out?
Yeah, just to be like a nice guy, so it wasn't on me. You know,
okay,
trying to be an r/nice guy. And then she responded like, fuck, I gotta go on this shitty date. And then it ended up with me trying to go fucking help her fucking drunk sister find her car.
I think we already talked about it.
If Miss Amelia Pond would like to go on another date with me, if she's listening somehow, somewhere, that'd be great. Because I am so alone. All I have is this fucker.
Hey, Emily, I'm still waiting for you.
Yeah. So,
what?
This is a surprisingly lonely podcast. Don't touch me.
We touched a few times during this podcast, and you're okay with it. Why now?
Because we're getting deep.
Trevor, marital rape isn't real. I'm kidding. We're not actually married. It's just regular rape.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Dude, if someone listened to the podcast for this long into the episode, they deserve to hear this shit.
Okay. I don't agree. The opinions that Taryn has are not the opinions of Surprisingly Sober.
They deserve to hear what offensive shit I have to say. If they listened to all that offensive shit before this and kept going.
I don't really think like anything you say is offensive. Obviously, people will take things that you say
with offense,
and I say as offensive.
Yeah,
but like in reality,
but this will be a fun topic. It will be because we're white guys, and now this isn't a oh, being a white guy is so hard today. Bullshit. It is absolute bullshit whenever I hear white guys complaining about that. But we do know someone who would say stuff equally as offensive as me, but because they were trans, it was okay.
I actually thought about that today, is how,
Yeah.
and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, Taryn.
Oh, there's this.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. You guys were very so a person that we knew who is trans would say some very would say some shit that you would say.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you guys are similar, because you're not.
Yeah.
But you would say some similar, like along the same lines kind of things.
We had a similar sense of humor.
Yeah, you had a similar sense of humor, but when you said it, it was offensive, but when they said it, it was okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't anything to do with being trans or anything that person was really. It'd be like against cops.
Oh, yeah.
And you
Like,
would say, and no, that's offensive, but when they say
what,
it's
you're
okay.
a cop hater? Yeah, I'm logical. What of it? Dude, fuck cops. They are the worst people on this fucking planet. I have a coworker who I was talking about them burning down the Bank of France, the National Bank. When
Did that happen?
The protesters were like throwing Molotov cocktails at it. They were burning cop cars. Yeah. And it was all in protest of a bill that I think they passed in France, where if you filmed a cop doing something illegal, you would get fined like up to $40,000 and 6 months in jail. And so the people fucking protested, as they should. And I was making jokes about it at work, and this guy who's ex-military at my work was like, oh, well, we need that law in America. And I just looked him dead in the eye. I was like, no, we need more dead cops. And he just like had nothing to say. Like he just,
that's a bit of an extreme.
Yeah. Oh, I went for the extreme knowing it would offend him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, dude, like he is such a far right dipshit. Like
and that's the only way to combat them, because they say like, oh, all these protesters need to be shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's like super anti-protester. I'm like, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All you talk about is being in the military and, oh, back when I was in Kuwait. Dude, he fucking ate his way out of the military. He got so fucking fat, he failed the fitness test. He fucking porked his way through the military, okay? he got too heavy to clean the gym.
Oh, man. So...
And I never bring it up at work because I'm not a bad person, but I'll bring it up here on the fucking podcast.
That actually kind of leads us kind of into something that I saw today, that it was a commission that Bernie Sanders, the great beloved true American leader Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. The guy who cares most about the American public, Bernie Sanders. He
commissioned this investigation into minimum wage jobs. So they found that minimum wage jobs are actually being subsidized by the American taxpayers. So if you work at Walmart, McDonald's, things like that, you're actually you're more than likely going to be on SNAP benefits. So you know, like welfare.
Oh
basically.
yeah.
So even though you're working full time at a minimum wage, you're still on
the poverty
benefits.
line. Yeah.
So you're still below the poverty line. So in a way, these corporations are responsible for the tax burden.
Yeah.
So these people who are like, oh, all these people, you know, are on these welfare benefits, you know, it's.
You mean people working full 40 jobs
and still not making enough money to provide for themselves?
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
It's just so ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
Like how that is possible in 2020, you know?
Yeah.
During the pandemic.
Yeah.
Where those people at Walmart are still required to work because they're essential.
And they're not getting any sort of hazard pay.
No.
Like any job where you have to get your temp taken when you start your job, and then you have to wear a mask all day, and then you have to like monitor your own symptoms before you go in. You deserve fucking hero pay. Now, not to... my tummy rumbled.
That was a tummy rumble. I heard that.
Not to shit on your ex, even though it's a lot of fun. if she got hazard pay for sitting at home on her computer answering phone calls all day, no, that's not fucking hazard pay. You are not in a hazardous work setting. If anything, you should be getting paid less because you only worked like 3 hours out of your 8-hour day. I would watch her. I
wasn't here. I was at work.
Yeah.
You and I both still had to go into our jobs.
I would be fucking sitting in the room playing video games, and she would just leave mid-shift for like 2 hours. And would just be like, oh, yeah, I went for a walk in the park.
Yeah, I was aware of this. I got texts.
And it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I skipped. I didn't take a lunch from April until October.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, when it first hit, I was working like a lot of like 11, 12-hour days, and they were fucking... It wasn't, like I was just kind of like, oh, going through the day. It was like, no, I was working for 11 to 12 hours, and I would be sore. My hands would be like all cramped and tired. I'd have a headache. It'd be like 8 energy drinks into my day. And then I would just like slump down in my car and just like see the line of people building up in my work, and I was just like... Put the keys in, start the car, just kind of sit there for another minute, and finally drive home. What's
bullshit is that your work is essential. Mine was for some reason considered essential.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think my job was essential. I don't know if you know what I do, but it's not essential.
Do you know what was a fun, mild argument I got into with your ex? Like, it wasn't like an actual argument, but it was still funny.
Right.
So, I had a haircut appointment the day after the lockdown started. So, like, I couldn't get my haircut. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's so dumb that I can't get a haircut. Like, we could just both wear masks. And she's like, yeah, but it's not essential. And I was like, yeah, the bikini barista down the road's open. That's not essential. She's like, yeah, but it's a coffee place. Like, they can wear a mask and it's fine.
But
I'm like, but it's not essential. But they should be working too. Just because, like, it's kind of sex work doesn't mean they shouldn't be working.
It's kind of sex work?
Like, it kind of is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But Dutch Bros in Starbucks should not be open either.
Yeah. And that's a whole different thing. But it's like, no, they don't need to be open. They don't have to be. They're not essential. You don't need to pay an extra $6 so you can look at tits while you get your coffee.
Just in general, you shouldn't. But yeah.
I mean, I have friends who work at Bikini Baristas, so I go there whenever they text me, like saying like, hey, you should come by. And I've like... This is a fun story. I've sat inside of a bikini barista stand. Like, I'll just sit on the floor with, like, my back against the wall and just hear these sad truckers flirt with the workers. Like, it is depressing.
Yeah, I don't know why there are bikini baristas in Oregon. Like, is it so they can see hard nipples or something?
I mean, like, some of them just wear, like, pasties, man. Like, it's really, like, up to them with what they wear. As long as they're not showing nipple.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee person. Like, I go to Dutch Bros every once in a while and get a hot chocolate. That's it.
Or you get
a smoothie.
A smoothie.
A peach mango smoothie.
Do you ever get Italian sodas?
No, because I'm
not
Italian. You know how we feel about Italians.
Yeah, we fucking ate them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Chef Boyardee,
why do you feel the need to not shave your chest and have a big gold chain bouncing off of it?
Yeah. That's an inside joke because my ex thought she was Greek for her whole life until like 2 years in, and then she did a DNA test and found out she was Italian, and she was so upset.
And then her like grandma like cheated on her grandpa.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. So it's just an inside joke between me and him about how we hate Italians. We don't hate Italians because they actually have some of the best food. Isn't that right, Taryn?
No, they don't.
Taryn hates Italian food for some fucking reason.
I hate Italian
Pizza's
food.
So great. Pasta.
Dude, like if anyone
GTL.
ever served me a tomato-based pasta, I would fucking drag them in the street and hit them with my car. I'm not a fan of that either, but it's more tolerable.
Like pasta aglioli.
Yeah.
Is that Italian?
Yeah.
Okay, then
like
there you go.
Some Italian's good, but as a whole, it's not good. Like, all right, just because there's like 2 or 3 good scenes in the sequel movies of Star Wars doesn't make the sequels good.
Oh, the sequels are dog shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So,
Pasta Aglioli is the one scene where they hit the ship with the other ships.
That was good. So that kind of, I think this is probably the last thing we should talk about in the podcast.
This is a long
podcast. This has been a good one.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So I had this thought the other day that dogs are the exact opposite of humans. So think about it this. So most dogs are the most amazing creatures ever.
Yeah,
But there's
and
that
most
one.
humans aren't.
There's that one asshole dog every once in a while that's
Yeah.
like, like barking all the time and biting you and shit like that.
Yeah.
But then it's the exact opposite for humans. Most of them are assholes, and there's that one every once in a while who's nice.
Yeah, where it's just like, holy shit, you're just like a good
Yeah,
person.
you're just like a good person. Like,
Dude, that's my freight lead.
yeah.
Yeah.
You told me stories about
Yeah.
the old
I can't think of a good name for him.
old chef there. Yeah. So your chef, he's
Chef
like
Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee.
Like, he's just a genuinely good person. Like, there is never like whenever I do good things, I'm not gonna lie, there's usually like kind of an expectation out of it. Like, because I did
recognize me.
well, it's like because I did this good thing, like I kind of expect like something in return. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, kind of thing. Actually, I've done a lot of semi nice things in the past. Now, I'm not gonna like get like braggy and be like I'm such a good person. Like, I mean, like I've done things that were just like nice and then moved on and like not expected anything in return.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely like come up, but I would say for the most part, I expect something in return. And I'm not.
No, I expect a little reciprocation.
Yeah. And I'm not pulling the nice guy thing of like, oh, I was nice to you. Why would you sleep with me? I mean, like more so like in a workplace setting or like a school setting or something. Like, like, oh, I helped you out with this, and if I turn around and need help with something and you're not there, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not like, I held the door open for you. Why would you love me?
You wrote a heart on my cup. Why would you go out with me?
You were nice to me while waiting my table. Why won't you text me after I left my phone
I left
number on the
you
receipt?
100% tip.
That's
I
some
did that
simp
to an
shit.
ex.
That's some simp shit.
My
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
my ex from high school. So I moved out of town and came back to visit some friends, and we went to a restaurant, and she just so happened to be our fucking waitress. I thought that was weird because I didn't know she worked there. And so we only got like a drink and some like appetizer or something while we were hanging out.
100% though. She thought you knew, and that's why you went there.
Did not know.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, no, I
that's
know.
what was her head. She was like, "This fucking prick. He knew I fucking."
So
worked
we
here."
only got like $25 worth of stuff, like for my tab.
Yeah.
And I left her $50. So I gave her like.
Jesus.
I didn't leave her $50. I paid $50
Yeah, I
tip and
know.
everything.
Yeah, I know. I put two and two together.
Yeah, so I was like, I feel good about that. Just to be like, fuck you, because she cheated on me. She's a fucking whore.
Oh, then
Yeah.
you should have left her nothing. Give us 2 pumps of your dick and
Nah.
have a good day.
She fucking got pregnant with the guy that she cheated on me with. So yeah.
She's hit rock bottom enough,
Yeah, which really sucks because she wanted to be a cop, and now she can't because she's got a kid.
Heh.
So ACAB.
Yeah, damn right. That woke me up. Yeah, let's go.
That perked you up real good. You're like, wait, what?
Probably one of the like few nice things where I was expecting nothing in return, but then got something in return was
You ate a girl out and she blew you?
no. I was working as a cashier, and this lovely older woman, like 40s to 50s, she was in like every other day, and I was there in the morning, and I would just see her all the time. She was always super happy. We would chit chat. She'd go on her merry way, and one day she just forgot her purse, and she was getting food for her job. She worked in a restaurant, and she would just like come in, get some avocados, get like some seasonal vegetables and stuff, and that was pretty much it. And she was like, oh shit, I forgot my wallet, and I'm already like like behind, so like I can't be late to the restaurant. So it's like, oh, I got it. It's like $12, whatever. Like like you're in here all the time. You're always super nice. So I paid for her groceries, and she was just like shocked. She's like, you're just gonna pay for it? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, cool. When are you off? And I was like, 7:30 that day, 7:30 a.m. And she was like, oh, swing by. I'll make you breakfast. And I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And like I wasn't expecting her to be like, hey, come have free breakfast. Like I was just doing it because it was like, oh, this is like a genuinely nice person who's just always at the store in the morning, and I'm always happy to see her. She brightens my day. She always had a dog, and I would, the check stand was right next to the door, and it would be super dead, like 6:30 in the morning. So, she would go in, and I'd be like, can I go pet him? And she'd be like, yeah. And I'd go outside, pet the doggy.
And that just brings us back to the point that dogs are better than humans.
Yeah, dogs are better than humans.
Yeah.
It's so rare to find just a nice person who just does nice for the sake of being nice.
And that brings us to us. We're getting a dog.
No,
we're not. A Shiba Inu. We're going to steal the dog from down the road. Who's a Shiba Inu?
such a handsome dog.
He's so cute. Have you pet him?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't got to pet the Shiba.
Dude, I've pet so many of the neighborhood dogs.
There's a corgi.
Yeah, I pet the corgi a lot.
Yeah, I know, because we were walking down to the store, and you were like, they knew you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like how social you are.
Well, I mean, like, I also have, like, main character syndrome. Have you seen the shit I wear?
Yeah.
Like I walk around like I'm the main character of a fucking anime.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for, like, your inventory to get fully loaded to where you just walk really slow. Video game reference. All right, so we should probably end this podcast. This has been a pretty long podcast.
Yeah, but it was fun.
It was fun.
I like spending time with you.
Yeah. I like spending time with you as well. I do, okay? Well, we're probably gonna go play.
Dude, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna need therapy too now. Just after that, I just don't see where our relationship.
I mean, I just feel like your therapy is needed for other reasons, but
yeah, probably because I can form no emotional bonds with people ever since Emily
or Valerie.
No, because I was able to form an emotional connection to Emily.
Yeah, but that took a lot of trying with other people. And then you finally
we never came up with an acceptable number for me to say.
11.
11?
I feel like that's good.
I feel like 11's still high. It's like double digits. Jesus Christ.
9?
What, is he into 9-year-olds? Like, what the
9/11? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I feel like saying I don't know isn't the acceptable answer.
Oh, I don't know is a way worse answer than saying 50.
Dude.
If you say I don't know, it's like, is it...
Well, I don't keep track.
Yeah, well, you probably should.
Should I try and go through and backtrack?
How many punch cards have you gone through at Planned Parenthood? All right.
That's good.
I'm Trevor.
I'm Taryn.
And we are...
Oh, you saw some tummy there.
Okay, then. So...
Dude, that's driving people to the YouTube channel if they listen on Spotify.
Your little belly button.
Yeah, I did a little stretch and you saw a little...
So glad you have an innie and not an Audi.
Dude, Audis are gross.
Audis are gross, but if you have an Audi...
This is us, r/signing off.